Hi, my name is Simone and I'm the Zen Mommy. I help people with spiritual awakening and navigating the ascension as well as the healing of the mind, body, and soul. If you're new here today, please take a moment to press the subscribe button, and there's a bell button below if you'd like to be notified of my next video. And my subscribers that's been with me so far, I'm so grateful for you. Thank you for being patient with me. I know it's been kind of spotty of how often I'm getting these videos out, but I promise you I've been just working through some stuff, and I'm going to be back on track. In fact, I'm back on track right now. I'm here. And so today's topic is, why are there negative, bad, or evil people in the world? And of course, those terms are all relative to who sees it. Some people don't see it as negative and evil, but some people do see it as negative and evil. But I'm saying this because I just want to address the whole subject. Okay, so now, let's see. How should I start with this topic? Okay, so I have an easy explanation for this. You choose to resonate with it. This is just something I've been guided to learn with my otherworldly experiences here. And from my understanding or my knowledge, this whole Earth planet is a creation. Okay, so you got to go just look back down to the basics. Earth, beautiful Gaia, is a creation. Everything on Gaia is a creation. The plants, the trees, the animals, the humans, the star seeds, it's all a creation. And we are all the souls that came to partake in this creation by incarnating as humans. Okay, so at the beginning of this creation, it was decided that this creation was going to be separated into two: the dark and the light, the yin and the yang. So therefore, it's kind of like us in we also have a shadow. I've mentioned the Carl Jung theory, how the collective mind, the consciousness is split up into three, right? So it's the subconscious, it's the conscious mind, the unconscious or subconscious, and the collective conscious. So you want to look at my video. I'll link a video where I talk about the shadow, right? So all of us have a shadow, right? And the shadow is basically when we throw these things in the subconscious mind, like say you were raised like me. Okay, I was raised a Christian. A lot of things was absolutely wrong. And even if I desired it a little bit and wanted it, I couldn't accept it. Okay. And I said this story before, how, we didn't believe in sex before marriage. So I thought it was absolutely wrong to even want to have sex, desire sex. And when I would see people, I would judge them. If I see a girl who was loose, I would judge them because that was my belief system. Right. But in my video, remember that about projection. So when you actually are judging someone and telling them, that's gross, you're a slut, you're a whore, you're sleeping around with people, that's just wrong, right? Well, I had realized that was me projecting, that I was denying wanting to experience, wanting to embrace my own sexuality, but I couldn't. Right? So those thoughts that you ban yourself from go into the subconscious. The subconscious still want to experience. The subconscious is feeling all rejected. So they call it our shadow side, our dark side. So what you have to do in this journey is you have to embrace the dark side and the side, and the regular side or the light side or whatever. You have to understand that we are both. Okay, as God creators, as gods, we are all one. Okay, there is no separation here. I know you've heard about oneness. Okay, there's only separation in this creation for this experiment, for this experience. And so now going back to the creation, it was decided upon, or we decided to split the creation into two forces. Okay. Light and dark, good and evil, yin and yang. There's a duality here, okay? And with this duality, you have to understand we're souls. And there are many, many creations, what I learned on ayahuasca. And as individual souls, we get to partake and experience these creations. And there's many of them. But if you're here today, this is one you chose to experience, okay? So before coming into this creation, you decide how you want to experience this creation. It's kind of like, I used to play this game called World of Warcraft. So I want to say that this reality is like a game for our true selves, our higher selves, or our souls that are playing for an experience. So I was playing this game in World of Warcraft. And World of Warcraft, when you sign into the game, you get like an avatar character. And, you know, it's kind of like an avatar that's supposed to be you walking around. You can make money, you can do jobs, you can do alchemy, sell herbs, do jewel crafting, mining. Then you fight bad guys. And so we basically, it's called an MMORG. We basically fully involve ourselves in this game. And you role play and it feels real and everything, right? Well, always with World of Warcraft, there was two sides, okay? There was the Alliance. They were the just good men of the realm of World of Warcraft. And then there was the Horde. And let me tell you something, more people wanted to play the Horde over the Alliance. They wanted the thrill of the bad guy. I even had a Horde. I was an Alliance character, but I had a Horde character once because I wanted to see what it was like to be an undead, I think it was an undead priest. And I just wanted to know what it was like, okay? So you have to understand, because this creation was divided in two, the souls agreed upon which side they wanted to play. So you have to understand, like, on the other side, we don't take it as serious as like it's going, like it feels very, very serious here. Don't get me wrong. It's wrong when you get done wrong with somebody. Anytime somebody is hurt or abused, that's wrong, right? But from a God perspective, looking down, you're basically, it's like me in World of Warcraft. I went and played the undead mage and I killed and cannibalized people. But to me, it was just a game. It was an experience, right? So you have to understand that you are a creator God. You didn't just happen to this without knowing what was going to happen. You made an agreement. You chose what you wanted to experience in this life here. So some people choose to be the bad guy. Okay, some people choose to be the one to help you learn your lessons. Okay, and so this is why I believe that there's negative, good, and evil people in the world, in which I say again, these terms are all relative. The ego seeks to define, and you have to understand, you have to go outside of what your thought process is. See, you see things a certain way because your mind is absolutely limited to the possibilities that there is. Because you grew here, you came up here as a blank slate, but we were put on a bunch of belief systems. We were put on a bunch of programming. And when somebody tells you something is wrong, it's because we've been programmed to believe it's wrong. It is, what was the word I was going to say? Forget about that part. And so anyways, that's basically what I wanted to say. Is like we're programmed to think something is wrong. But if we were programmed to think that it, like, say, I don't know, say robbing a bank is wrong, right? But what if when we started on this earth, everybody thought that it was okay to rob a bank, that no one ever said it's bad to rob a bank. There's plenty of money to go around. In fact, we have abundance. That's our natural, who we are naturally are abundant. And so if you rob a bank and no one tells you it's wrong and you think it's right, then you believe that it's right. So it's basically the ego defining things for us. And it's the ego defining things are. So it's really not good and bad. There are high and low vibrations. See, if everything is energy, the only difference between all energy is the different levels of frequency. So say negative, bad, or evil people would be at a lower vibration. And then a higher consciousness person or a person who is considered good, they're at a higher vibration. And so you have to look at it that way. So on this journey of awakening, you got to kind of look at things that you have to stop being judgmental and judging people. Okay? Because like me, I had this toxic relationship, right? And beginning I really judged this person because I was like, they were really evil. They really did a lot of evil things to me. But I had to look at it from a different perspective. Okay? From the different perspective, all the evil things I thought this person did to me actually taught me some valuable lessons. Actually, it taught me how to love myself. It taught me that that I had more self-worth than I thought I had. It taught me how to heal myself. It taught me how to get to a point where I know the difference of what Simone likes. Does Simone like a person treating her like this, or does she like somebody treating her good? So you look at it as a lesson. And just like I said in World of Warcraft, there are these characters called non-playable characters, NPCs. And so when you go into the game, there are characters that are played by the computer. Okay, those characters will be like the banker, the auctioneer, the innkeeper, the quest giver. These people are playing a role to help your experience in the game along. So you have to understand that this person who has chosen to incarnate in as a so-called low vibrational, negative, bad, evil person, that they're a non-playable character to you. They're helping you learn some valuable lessons. Like I said, I now love myself. I now have self-worth. I now know that I deserve to be treated really good. So I no longer have to ever deal with a non-playable character that's going to treat me bad again. And so that's kind of what it is. And when you start to look at it that way, when you start to not judge people and understand that they're here for their experience and I'm here for mine, and see, your focus should be you. That's one thing about this awakening ascension is you have to veer away from worrying about everybody else, worrying about what they think about you, what they're doing. Okay, none of that matters. This is your journey about you. It's your journey to self-love. It's your journey to learn yourself. It's your journey to seek more knowledge. Anyways, thank you for watching. Peace and love. Namaste.